Constructive arguing is about turning conflict into productive events. And if we treat conflict as an opportunity, then there's a lot of things that can happen on an individual and a relationship level that makes things more productive for us. So, one of the things that we can emphasize in constructive arguing is the need for fostering personal growth. If we see the conflict as an opportunity to pull in more information and increase our knowledge of the world and our knowledge of alternative perspectives, then we grow from this conflict. We can also turn conflict into an opportunity for increasing satisfaction with the decisions that we come to as a group or as a society. Because conflict is the result of having a lot of different interests being represented in a problem. If those interests are also represented in the solution, then there's a high likelihood that there's going to be more satisfaction with the solution that's agreed upon. And paradoxically, we can actually turn conflict into an opportunity for creating mutual understanding. So the conflict, which we usually think of as keeping people apart, can actually bring people together. Because if we approach the conflict productively, then each of the individuals involved can hopefully see the issue from the perspective of everyone else. And then another thing that really makes conflict potentially productive is that if you look at personal relationships, not many successful personal relationships are always smooth and have no bumps in the road and lack conflict. In fact, it's usually the opposite. Those successful, long-term, sustaining relationships have lots of conflict. It's just a matter of how the people involved in those relationships treat the conflict. So we can actually keep relationships and life interesting through conflict. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that just living on conflict is the way to go, but it does mean that there's a lot of potential in what conflict brings, and it's not all negative. We can actually infuse life with a little more vitality by engaging in the conflict and working through the arguing process in a productive way.